that excitement on the field today. Some of the best young players in this White Sox system, the future of this organization.
Connor, and you know, all of these guys have created some sort of buzz around camp here, but this is going to be the first time we're going to be able to see all of these guys on the field at the same time.
Bat. Sometimes it's not your day, and we may act like we don't go through a lot of things, but we're human.
Honestly, kind of just like a surreal feeling knowing that I had some like friends and family in the stands.
Well, they say the hardest thing is raising your kid, but the hardest thing actually is letting him go.
One of the top prospects in all of baseball. He is about his business. Strikeouts are kind of his game. It's about the innings for Noah Schultz here in 25.
No one has seen anything to knock him off the pedestal that he is as the top left-handed pitching prospect in baseball.
Everybody has in mind that they're going to break with the team and be a big league shortstop or be a big leaguer, but sometimes it doesn't happen.
Colson wanted to be a major leaguer come March 27. That won't happen for him, and that's okay. He'll go to Charlotte. He'll have a chance to prove everything he needs to prove.
They're really happy with where I've come defensively, and they know my potential offensively. So it's just a matter of at-bats and getting hot, honestly.
Obviously, with the news with Colson, what was that conversation like, and how did he take the news?
Yeah, the conversation went well. You know, Colson listened to what we had to say, and, you know, he's a very mature kid, and he handled it like a pro.
It's a business. You know, they got to do what they got to do, and I respect everything that they said. I feel like at the end of the day, I don't really know if anybody truly knows if anyone's actually ready for the big leagues until you get to the big leagues.
It's a tough spot because you're one level away from the big leagues, and people forget, you know, baseball players, we're human beings too, so we have emotions, and that's my job, to regulate that and make sure they're thinking the right way.
I'm feeling good. Peace of mind right now. I'm just playing ball.
Your piece is your piece, and the only person that has control over your piece is you.
Yeah. I know they have their best interest in me for the long term. So in the moment, yeah, it wasn't the best. I was pretty upset about it, but me and one of our coaches, we kind of made a deal. We said, I can kind of be upset and pissed about it for 3-4 days. Now it's just get back to work, get ready for the season. I mean, it's definitely a culture change and switch just because you're working out and you're going about your business with already big leaguers, and then you come down to the minor league side and you're with guys who don't have as much experience. I want to be kind of the leader role.
I'm like changing my approach every at bat.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
You just got to do one thing at a time. I've been there. I've been in their shoes. I've been the guy who's kind of clueless with how things work and how things go. And I always felt like I needed a guy to kind of lean on to figure out a lot of those things. These dudes are just happy for an opportunity to play. George is a good example of that.
How you feel, Simon? All right, bet. All right, bet. Feel good.
So it kind of makes you think a little bit of to be grateful for the opportunities that we have.
Have you ever batted last in your life, George?
Have I ever batted last and played left field? No.
Welcome to it.
It's all good, bro. At least we're in there. Oh, I was the only high school pick in our draft.
He's excited. He's happy with whatever he's doing. So I think it's cool to be around him and kind of feed off that energy.
Hey, Big Kev!
He's one of those guys you hope, again, becomes one of your best players because you can point to him and say, look, he does it as hard as he can. And from an environment, culture standpoint, it's about as good as it gets.
The other day I was here 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. You know, they're long days for sure. They give us all the resources. They put us through long workouts, play backfield games, get a lot of ABs, and it's kind of just a really good place to develop. You know, if I could start the year in Winston-Salem, that's awesome. And if I go back to 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, so be it, and get ready to get after it there. I feel like you kind of find the routine throughout the year, see what works for you, and then just got to be consistent with it, stay disciplined. There's times where you have to get away from baseball, get away from work stuff. This right here is how we stay in touch with the boys back home. If my friends from home are playing, definitely get on. Yeah, there he is. It's the real 99 card, the George Wolkow right field, real 99. They didn't get me with a pick though, because this was from like the first year, but Illinois born, They do got the power numbers up there a little bit. And 75 speed, I'll take that. Most people think I'm slow, but I would say, I mean, I could even be faster than the 75. But nowadays, that's like crazy thinking like I have my card in a game, you know what I mean?
Hopefully I don't send one over this wall. I don't think I have yet, but pretty controlled with this. This is weight of a baseball, so should be pretty natural. It's not like I'm throwing something 3 times the weight that I'm not sure where it's going. You know, it's pretty straightforward.
Being in Major League camp, I wasn't really sure how long I was going to be there. I wasn't sure if I was even going to get into a game. So, you know, I was definitely very grateful to have been able to get into 1 game, let alone 2. Being around the guys is definitely very grateful to have been there.
One of the biggest things we've seen from him the past 12 months is really the personal development, just being comfortable in his own skin, you know, interacting with teammates, joking around, you know, being a goofball, you know, when he's not on the mound, you know, endure media, endure adversity, all of those things that you have to do if you're going to play in the big leagues.
Amazing 2024 for Noah Schultz.
Wave and a miss, got him with the off speed.
And I think what 25, the challenge will be, is getting deep into ball games. How much can you be a starter now in this system in a full year?
We know the ceiling is really high for Noah, but there's a plan in place, and part of that's going to be, you know, being in the minor leagues and building up the right way and getting used to being a starter every 5th day.
He's a guy that could pitch at pretty much any level right now, and I feel like he would have some success, but AA is a good starting point for him this year.
Sorry.
White Sox best prospects taking the field. Quite fitting, only fitting that the top 2 left-handed pitching prospects in all of baseball will go 1-2 today. Hagen Smith expected to get the first 2 innings, and then after him, it'll be Noah Schultz.
Hagen Smith and I are great friends, you know. He's my catch partner, he's my locker neighbor.
These two actually spent 3 weeks together before pitchers and catchers actually reported.
Here's what Noah said about Hagen, quote, "I don't have a brother. I have 2 sisters, but at least for the season, Hagen is the closest thing I have to that."
So I think it all kind of stems from my draft class. I was the only high school guy. So, you know, with the guys being so much older, it was kind of hard to, you know, like, I don't want to say fit in, but it was almost a little bit different. And then him, you know, he's 2 weeks younger than me. Now he gets drafted, and I feel like right away it was a great bond that we made.
Knowing them and how competitive they are, I'm sure that there is kind of this natural internal, you know, competition between the two. Now, I've said this to both of them. I want you guys to be the best version of yourselves.
They're the type of people that you want to be your best players, just because of the way they go about their business, how competitive they are.
I think definitely being similar pitchers as well definitely helps. That, you know, we can work off each other, learn from each other.
When we're able to watch guys like Noah Schultz or Hagen, it speaks to how strong our future is.
We are in Downers Grove. We have lived here since George was 10 years old, been in Downers for over 20 years.
I hit 6 foot in 6th grade. I mean, baseball is everything as a kid.
We have too many baseball bats, and how do we store them? Nate made George a baseball rack, and I'm very happy to say that we are down to only these bats. Last year, before he went to spring training, I had 32 bats on the first floor of my house. Part of the reason for having so many bats in the house is because as a 8th grade graduation and confirmation gift, George got a batting cage in the backyard.
Once like my 12U year hit, I kind of just fell in love with the game. That year going to Cooperstown, being able just to use those drop 5 metal bats and hit bombs with the guys at a young age, for me it was everything.
Get out! Get out!
There you go, kid. So here we got George's room. You got a lot of stuff going on in here. Over here we have the Cooperstown case with all the medals that the kids would trade back and forth. That was kind of the last time that George got to play with all his local kids before he started to move up those levels and had to play higher up because of his ability.
We actually made it pretty far. We were like top 60 out of all teams there, which for us being just like a local team, not nationally recruiting people, was pretty cool. I had 6 home runs on the week.
Get out of here!
Right now, you're kind of in awe with everything that's going on. You know, I knew what his dreams were, and his dreams aren't over. He celebrates the small successes, but he's still working toward the next one.
George's first experience with the White Sox was through area code baseball, and 𝗵𝗂, who's the scout that ended up being a huge part in him getting drafted. A lot of people were wondering if he decided to reclassify, graduate early just to go to professional baseball.
With making decisions, you're not always going to know what the outcome is going to be.
Right.
So he had to make decisions that he didn't know if it was going to work out.
We're going to keep filling you in as we go along here because it's time for Chicago White Sox to make their next pick.
So draft night for me was very interesting. 6 rounds into the draft, I kind of thought I was going to school. White Sox came calling.
Chicago White Sox select George Wolkow, an outfielder from Downers Grove North High School.
The room went crazy. We were more excited about the George Wolkow pick than we were about any other pick in the draft.
It's like a God moment. I don't know how else you can explain it. He gets a chance in a late round to play for a hometown team. I mean, I think that's one of the coolest things about the whole process.
Let's see if he's back from the field, if he'll answer his phone. Hey, how are you?
What's up?
Hey, we toured your room today.
How'd that go?
Oh boy, there's a lot to talk about in there, my friend.
My room is like stuck in like high school me.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's memories, right?
Yeah. Memories, a lot of old memories.
I even pulled out a picture of you playing football. And there's George in the middle, right there, if you can see it, number 30. But he loved football as well.
All right, well, we'll let you go, but looking forward to seeing you out there soon.
Sure. I appreciate it. I'm excited for you guys to come down and visit.
Awesome. I'm super excited to get out there and see him play, get back on those backfields. These guys, they're out at spring training. They like constantly just have to be on being the best version of yourself. And I think when you get to spend time with family, it just provides a little bit of relief and comfort.
Yeah, for sure.
To have them be able to see me go out and be on the big stage and their sacrifice is paying off, I think that's the best feeling.
One of the cooler things that we've had is he's had the opportunity to go to and play in a couple of major league games.
Family was in town, got in the game yesterday, made a catch in left field, and then knew that I was going to get an AB.
He's got 2 outs, a runner on third, and he's up. No pressure, but he can tie the game right here with a single.
Fouled off a couple pitches and competed a little bit.
Come on, kid. Keep it simple. Ah. It's all right.
Chased the slider, didn't get to capitalize and get the runs in with my family in the stands.
What's up, buddy? It's a win. That's 2 wins.
Yeah.
2 wins you're part of. Opportunities, that's all you can ask for.
Yeah. See you guys later.
All right.
Yep. Appreciate you coming.
All right. Have a good one. He's frustrated because he had an opportunity and he didn't capitalize, but that's what he's got to work to get better at, you know? You ask for opportunities, he had one. He's going to be hard on himself. That's how he is. You know, it's a good quality to have. At the same time, after tonight's over, you start again tomorrow. You know, start again tomorrow. New day.
A special day here in Glendale, Arizona. Welcome to Camelback Ranch, everyone. It is the breakout game. The White Sox and Rockies have sent some of their best minor league talent to play against one another in the final day of breakout games around the Cactus and Grapefruit Leagues. The White Sox have a terrific minor league system, and you are going to see just about everybody in the top 100 for the White Sox this afternoon. Welcome in, everyone.
Spring breakout today. Beautiful day for it right now. Last year it was raining the whole day, so we couldn't really play or anything like that. It's all serious and everything, but we also like to have a good time.
That was freaking awesome. You gonna take some swings? Huh?
I'm not scared, dude.
Here, go ahead.
Little bat, huh?
Yeah.
That's gonna be tough. That's a little bat. Too light. Say it's too light, Colson.
We'll go around to 3.
That's kind of been the theme all camp.
The power?
Power, yeah.
Kind of hang out with each other because a lot of us don't really get to play on the same team once we break camp and once we go to our different affiliates.
You're 20?
19.
You're like Roman Anthony last year I played with. He was 19 last year, made it trips.
That's the goal, bro. Hey, no fly zone! Home run round, baby.
There's not a guy that shows up and is more excited to play professional baseball than George Wolkow.
I didn't even see that, bro. Thing looks sick, bro. Bro, this low-key a big park. And it's playing big. The grass is really fast today. So ground balls, get behind it.
Shut your big ass.
Bro, I'm just trying to like be a good teammate.
I know, we played on this earth.
All right, I get it, bro. You're big league. All right, it's my first time.
Not even.
Our team is so nasty, bro. We have a sick lineup.
Oh, yeah.
When I'm making the lineup, it's you don't know where to put guys because they've always hit second, third, or fourth in the lineup.
Have you ever batted last in your life, George?
Have I ever batted last and played left field? No.
Welcome to it.
It's all good, bro. At least we're in there.
I have. Does that give you a chip on your shoulder?
Man, I'm coming different today, bro.
Does that give you a chip?
I got something to prove now. I got something to prove. I'm breaking out.
Spring breakout game. White Sox and Rockies, some of the top prospects in baseball, going to be playing at Camelback Ranch.
So we'll see all of these guys, pretty prominently and early on in the breakout game.
He'll work with a runner on. First pitch swinging. Ground ball to short. Over to second. And a double play ball. That's Montgomery to 𝗵𝗶𝗹.
I actually brought the wrong glove out. So if you watch, I was using a red glove, my brand new glove that I got like a week ago.
Dude, I forgot my gamer.
And so it was like so stiff and I couldn't really even close it.
They're bringing it out though.
Knowing the game, how the game is played, the game finds you. So at the end of the day, just be ready all the time.
Being in the bullpen right before the inning, it's definitely like a little bit of nerves then, but then once you get in between the lines, I feel like I change a little bit.
Schultz, the top left-handing pitching prospect in all of baseball, and one of the guys that has a lot of people talking here at Camelback Ranch.
So the third inning, got a lot of contact early. Noticed guys were swinging early, so I was trying to fill up the zone and let them hit it and let my fielders make plays.
The ball was hit kind of soft, so I knew once I got it, I had to throw it.
Colson, stop it! Colson, stop it! What an athlete, right? Like to be that big and be able to be that mobile and still have enough on the throw.
Colson Montgomery showing some leather.
Thank you.
It's just a matter of them putting it together, kind of having games, getting in rhythm, and then they're off.
Here's Colson Montgomery up for the first time. It surprised some when Colson Montgomery was sent back to minor league camp just a couple of days ago.
First at bat, I knew the starting pitcher and his fastball cut a little bit, so I was kind of trying to see him out over the plate.
Ground ball to short, over to second.
Safe.
And a double play ball, that's Montgomery.
Grounded out into a double play.
Either I beat him or it was a tie. I didn't think I was out.
And a big opportunity for Colson Montgomery.
Second at bat, pitcher kind of was all over the place, so I was kind of being a little selective. I got to 2 strikes, and I was kind of trying to battle things and spoil some pitches, and then he painted a fastball down and away.
Colson was really the talk of camp when things started.
Ah!
Took a strike 3 at the knees. So the Sox have a scoring chance turned aside.
Damn it, bro. Bat.
Then my last at bat, got away from my approach and chased pitches out of the zone, and when you do that, it usually doesn't work.
Tough strikeout for Colson, went upstairs for one.
I wouldn't say it was the best day, but it's hard. It's a hard game.
There were a lot of positive takeaways just from his at-bats and certainly his defensive play. We certainly have a lot of faith in what he can do on both sides of the ball.
That's one of the top prospects in all of baseball, Noah Schultz. He is about his business.
Second inning, first batter, got another quick out. And then, tried to get more stuff in, try and get a couple strikeouts, and I ended up getting 2 at the end.
As Schultz fires home, swing and a miss. Upstairs.
He doesn't really have much fear on the mound because he knows, he won't say it, but he knows how good his stuff is. He just has the killer mentality of good luck trying to hit it. And being an infielder behind that makes it pretty easy.
Oh, that's gross.
And Schultz gets another K.
That's nasty.
Playing outfield when Hagen Smith and Noah Schultz are pitching, it sucks. It's very boring. When you're standing out there, you get bored. Wasn't really worried about having to make any crazy catches for the first 4 innings when those guys were throwing, because they're unbelievable.
Got your back. Yeah, baby!
Montgomery
come on!
Makes a diving catch.
Come on, baby! Let's go, brother. Hey, you hear? I'm like, I got you, baby. Come on.
He lays out, catches it. I'm like right behind him, and I'm just fired up.
Read, dog.
Hey, you have outfield positions, and you're both young, and there's kind of a competition, and there is, but there's never rooting against your teammate. To see that is just a compliment to him.
And that just speaks to George. He wants everyone to do well. He's a great teammate, but he wants to make outs on the defensive side. He wants to score points when he's in the box. I mean, he's that guy.
It's incredible that Wolkow was able to produce for as young as he was at the rookie league last year. 13 homers, 11 in that rookie league, and you just don't see that happen for a high school pick.
So first AB, and that guy throwing hard, and I was going to try to get my ace swing off.
George Wolkow with a high fly to left, and he'll be retired.
He's so big and strong that I don't even think he got that well, and it still had a chance to get out of the ballpark.
I wanted to hit a home run. Got jammed a little bit, didn't square it up completely.
I hit that out. Bro, I wonder how hard I hit that.
He turned 19 in January. Think about that. All his classmates were at Downers Grove North. He was in his first season of professional baseball playing for Kannapolis. He's mature beyond his years.
The second AB, I went in there and same thing. I just wanted to hit a ball really hard and hopefully it'd be a home run.
Wolkow drives one into center on the ground. And Elko will stretch it into third.
Got a fastball over the plate and was able to put it into play, move the runner to third.
He seemed unfazed, and he got in the box, and man, he ripped the line drive up the middle. So I think that just did wonders for his confidence.
Results-wise, on the barrel twice. Happy with that, and I feel like I put together two good ABs in the opportunities that I got.
Brooke, fun game to watch a lot of the future and promising players for the White Sox. They lose 3-1, but you saw it all on display this afternoon.
This was the first time we saw this group out on the field, and they definitely have a direction that they're going.
We ended up losing the game, but I think at the end of the day, it was a good experience. There was a glimpse of the future.
It's not really where they start, it's where they finish.
I got the news that I'm heading to Kannapolis. Overall, honestly, really excited. Just an opportunity to go start the season on a good note.
It was a good camp. Learned a lot. Had a lot of good experiences. Played against some good talent. So year 3, spring training's down. So see you in Charlotte.